It's me. Fish Tanks McGee! So as many of you know from our last video, Sarah and I are moving to Michigan, which means I've got to get rid of this bad boy, my 30-gallon aquarium, and replace it with a much smaller aquarium. So today we're going to be doing just that, and I want to show you how to set up an aquarium and what I like about just the aquarium experience. One of the first things about dealing with aquariums is you need to get the tags off. Rip off! So follow me to the sink. So how do you get your tags off? Leave an answer in the comments below. Ha! It's off. So we've just rinsed that. The other thing you want to do is you want to rinse out your aquarium. You don't know who's been there. Somebody might have poured some sort of toxic waste into your fish tank at the pet store, trying to get back at you. Someone you've never met trying to get back at you. So you gotta wash your fish tank out, and then ask your wife which sponge you can use. Can I use that sponge? No, that sponge. Should I get a new sponge? Use the old sponge that your wife told you can use. Very important. If you don't have a wife yet, ask your mother. So after you do that, you pour out all the soapy water. By the way, I really appreciate my wife, who's my camera woman. She's the Yshwa to my Ethan. So now we're all done with that. We have to go back to our well-lit area. By the way, church lights still in. Do you like them for our announcement videos? So the next thing we want to do is we want to add a substrate. Now a substrate, for those of you plebs, is the dirt or gravel or other what is substrate? It's the stuff that goes on the bottom of the aquarium. And today I'm using this Floramax that I opened conveniently from the bottom. And that's what it looks like inside. It's all gravelly and basically looks like dirt. Now, some of you might not know this, but dirt is very important for plants. You want to add, that might be a good amount to start off with, half an inch higher than this black trim. So we'll kind of smooth that out. So now what we've got to do is we've got to fertilize the plant, because no girth, no, that didn't work. We've got to fertilize the plant. That's the main point. There's a lot of different tabs. Tab is short, it's the technical term for tablets in the fish industry. So we got these florist tabs. You can go to Petco or PetSmart or other inferior, terrible places and buy junk from them. They'll cloud up your water and destroy your fish and cause the world to end. Or you can go with the Sea-Chem people. This is not a paid for video, by the way. And you can get these florist tabs, but you gotta hide them because your cats will eat them. We should have known. Cats and plants sound similar. They're plant tabs and cat tabs. When you get these things out, they kind of look like little lumps of coal. These are expensive things. Oh, and they stink too. I'd tell you how much they cost, but my wife's there and she'd be sad with me. So what you want to do is you want to take these things that stink and you want to put them in. I'm going to kind of do just this zigzag pattern. And there's two types of fertilizers for plants. One's a liquid fertilizer that you pour into the water, and these are solid ones, and these are really for your root-based plants. So now we've got that figured out, and we've got to figure out our hardscape, which is sort of your rocks and your wood and all the stuff that's hard and not plants or fish. And this stuff really should set, because I want my plants to be kind of growing around it. So I'll put that piece in there, see what I think. It's kind of simple, and I'm going to check out my other things. I like it because it's kind of got a little hole. Now should I put it this way or should I have it the way it was before? Should I put it this way? So this is the piece that I want. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clip these because that will stimulate some root growth. Now we've got to We picked out the hardscape, we picked out one of our plants. I'm comfortable with this being all the hardscape. I think I'm gonna put a beta in here. The only thing I really don't like about this is the intake for the filters right there, and betas don't like a whole lot of current, so that might be a little frustrating for him. But I'm gonna have more plants than this in there, so he'll be okay. So the next thing that I wanna do is I wanna get some foreground plants going on here. Pretty dark in there, so I think I want some more greenish colors. So I'm gonna pull this guy out. Look at that root system. The other thing that you want is a good pair of pinchers so that you can grab your plant. In this case, we got some cryptocoryne. We're gonna just put that right in there like that, and maybe just get a little bit more. I really want it to fill in back there. Just kind of a nice, large plant for this size of aquarium. So there's our cryptocoryne. That stuff should fill in pretty easily. The next thing is I'm going to add some of this micro sword. So I've got some of the spiralis stuff that I got from a store that's no longer open in Napa. I had an earthquake there and it kind of closed it down, but this is from that store about 5 years ago, so I'm going to keep some of this. If I were making this aquarium and keeping another aquarium, I probably wouldn't put it in, but it's got some sentimental value for me, so I'm feeling sentimental about plants and fish. So this plant is called Monte Carlo, and it's a really cool plant. I love the look of plants when they're just kind of covering the bottom almost like a lawn. So I used to think, how in the world, once you get your plants right where you want them to be, do you keep them there when you add water? Because water is gonna like pour in here and it's gonna kick up the dirt and stuff. What you do is you take like a bowl like this, and then you take a tin can, and I've got some nice water, and I just kind of What? Where's my propeller? How do you know that I'm Fish Tank McGee? So now I need to add some dechlorination to my fish tank creation. Boom, yeah. This is Mr. Fredrickson, my electric blue ram. I named him Mr. Fredrickson because he's a grump, and because he's kind of like blue balloon color. Goodbye, Mr. Fredrickson.